Welcome to the Data Democracy, presented by renowned O'Reilly author Ole Olesen-Bagneux, empowered by Xenia. Make your data accessible and discoverable by anyone, anywhere, at any time.
Hi everybody, you're listening to The Data Democracy and I'm your host, Ole Olesen-Bagneux, Chief Evangelist in Xenia and the author of the Enterprise Data Catalog, published by O'Reilly. In this podcast, we explore what an enterprise data democracy is with knowledgeable guests. Today's guest is Pierre-Charles Igras, PC. PC has hands-on experience implementing data catalogs with great success. In my conversations with PC, it has become clear to me that the reason is his thorough, deep understanding of what this technology is and isn't, how the data catalog sits in the overall data stack, and how it taps into a data management agenda. A lot of things can go wrong in that regard, and oh, have I seen that. But not with PC. PC balances a busy schedule with a strategic full-time position focused on data and spearheading a data learning platform, the Data Literacy Institute, that is gaining momentum. So, my takeaways from the conversation with PC. First, a data leader takeaway. Auditors and inspectors will ask you specific questions to where data is located, and you need to give specific answers. That is where data catalogs come in handy in a regulatory perspective. They mirror your actual data landscape. They are not loose assumptions about data. Second, a data democracy takeaway. We all have war stories implementing technologies, but if you manage to make technology fly, one of the key components is a deep technical knowledge that you manage to explain to all stakeholders in a simple way. And that is not easy. And a personal takeaway. PC is an inspiration. He's trying to unleash his inner entrepreneur, and that's important. It's something we should all try to do at some point in our career. Okay, enough of me talking. Let's hear what PC has to say. Hi, Pierre-Charles.
Hi, Ole.
I'm happy to have you on. It's been a while since we began discussing, and it's great that we finally have the chance to meet and talk.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Ole. And I'm very happy to speak today in the Data Democracy. Thank you so much for inviting me. Yeah.
Of course. Okay, so for the listeners, Pierre-Charles, can you tell us a little bit about where you're based and what you do, what kind of background you have?
Yeah, of course. And yeah, as you said, now we know each other for a while now, and well, it's always big pleasure to discuss together. And so, well, few words about myself. So yes, I'm currently based in Lausanne, in Switzerland, and now working in this beautiful country since 2017. Last summer, I've launched my website called Data Literacy Institute, with main objective to make everyone learn easily and quickly the basics of data. About my background, I'm also currently a chief data officer of the trading branch of leading energy company Total Energies, and during my career, I covered all aspects of data. So first as network engineer and developer of databases, and then I have been doing data migration, BI architecture, data quality management, and since 2011, I shifted to data governance, so mainly leading data journey and data transformation programs. So in multinational groups like Givaudan and CMA CGM in shipping. I've also worked as enterprise data architect for Philip Morris International, with deep exposure to data catalog during 3 years. And finally, so I'm now chief data officer with main objective to deploy enterprise data governance and create more business value with data. So I would say, I spent about 10 years in consulting, and the other half in as permanent employee in multinational groups. And yes, I'm now starting this new entrepreneurship adventure with Data Literacy Institute, and that's very much motivating and exciting. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And I've been following the Data Literacy Institute, of course, on LinkedIn and elsewhere. And we'll get back to the Data Literacy Institute. I want to dwell a little bit upon all the experience that you have had in um, in big industry and as a consultant. Um, just reflecting back on all those years. What what led you to do that shift at a certain point, focusing more on the strategic side of data and less database administrator or engineer?
Of course, of course. Well, first it was opportunity, I would say. So when I started my career, it was really focusing on the technical side of data. So as I said, it was really. So I was part of Accenture at this part and at this time, and I was really supporting implementation of ERP and digital transformation, and it was really yes, doing all the design, so functional design, technical design, and the implementations already of data migration and so on. And there was really, I would say, a shift not only in my career but also a shift on the demands from the different companies. Early in 2010, there was really, I would say. A big raise of data governance and data catalog, and it was really this time where companies wanted to invest more on their data assets, really structuring their data, making inventory of their data, and also putting in place the right data governance. So I would say it was kind of natural shift, but it was also for me very interesting in having, I would say, another type of relationship with the companies and the clients. So really focusing on their business strategy, on their business needs, and really serving the business. So it was really building this business partnership with the company. And so, yes, that's why naturally I moved to data governance and data strategy. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's an interesting move, and I can definitely sense that you are one of the few that have actually managed to do successful implementations of data catalogs and data governance programs in general. Uh,
Thank
there are
you.
a lot of people claiming that, but not so many people actually succeed at it. So that must be a very interesting place and a very interesting experience. And I guess that's also why you are with Total Energy right now, right?
Yes, yes, and you're right. It's a challenge because as we both know, data catalog is not only solution or a tool. So it's really you need to put in place a methodology and really to think about how you will structure the information in the data catalog. And it's really, as you said, I'd say it's not always easy to have a success with data catalogs, and most clients and most companies think that you just put the toolbox and you plug this data catalog to the different databases and applications, but actually, yeah, you really need to put in place the right governance around it. So and you're right. I actually had two successful experience with data catalog. So in Philip Morris, yeah, and in also in another company for in a luxury watches in the watch industry, yeah, and it was really every time this supporting global initiatives. So on one side, it was really supporting the deployment of analytics and data science. So really having the data catalog supporting the discovery of data and also having the full inventory of data. So both source data and also the data of the data lake. And on the other side, there was really a need for data catalog for data protection. So making inventory of personal data, so with data classification, data lineage. And for that, you really need yeah, to sit down a little bit to think about what are the needs, about who will use the data catalog, and how you will structure the information. So ready to adapt your meta model and the contents of it for your audience. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great experience, PC, that you have there, actually being able to doing this. Okay, so this is a very natural transition, in fact, to the questions that I prepared, because I guess all this experience is something that motivated you. I mean, we all have these war stories when it comes to data, right? We can all tell these stories of failed implementations, of burning a mountain of money, not obtaining anything. I think everyone has those taboos in their career, but you managed to do something quite successful here, PC. And I guess that must have motivated you to create a data literacy, or at least be part of the reason why you wanted to create the Data Literacy Institute.
Of course, and yes, yeah. This is really something that I realized when I was doing projects and implementing various things, so like data catalog, MDM, and so on. There was really a need to make people aware about data literacy and to train people about data literacy, and it's really this point of expanding the data culture in the companies. So it was really the first intent to build an e-learning platform that is easily accessible to everyone who wants to learn more about data through an original course, and that is available currently in English and in French, so that it can be used by a lot of audience.
Mhm.
And the complete learning program is called Data Literacy from A to Z. So very covering all the different aspects of data. So from data strategy and data governance through data management, data quality management, data catalog, data modeling, and so on. There's also another training offering that is called the Essentials of Data Literacy, very focused and dedicated to business stakeholders. So same when you want to engage with business people and you really want to make it a success, there is some work to be done on the data office side, really to understand the needs and also to work on the use cases approach. But on the other side, there's also some effort on the business stakeholder side, and it's really also the intent of this module. So it's covering the key topics that are required by business stakeholders to support their business transformation and also to support them along their data journey. So covering topics like analytics, data science, and AI. And finally, the platform is also done for anyone who wants to focus really on a specific data topic. So let's imagine that someone is launching a project on data catalog or data modeling or any topic. Uh, People can pick up any modules they want and really learn more about this, and also so have the, I would say, the right knowledge and the good understanding of what is data catalog, what is data modeling, and so on before launching the project. And maybe to explain to you from where it came, yes, the genesis of Data Literacy Institute came really from a personal willing, yeah, ready to share my knowledge, my experience, and my passion of data. And I'm deeply convinced, yes, that data literacy is one of the most important, or maybe the most important skill to be developed in this decade. When you see the rising of digital, the rising of AI, and also a more and more competitive global market for any company. So I ever wanted to launch my own business and to be an entrepreneur, and I had my wife who helped me a lot in this way. And it was during a discussion in the evening with her last year, and she said, "Look, you have so much experience in data, and really, why don't you start capitalizing on it and really start your own business and share your knowledge and developing online trainings that anyone can attend really accessible to everyone. And it was really this point of data democracy, and she was absolutely right, because this adventure is so exciting, and I have so much energy and passion to give in the development of Data Literacy Institute. So I really want to make everyone aware of the full potential of data. And really, I really encourage everyone so everyone who is listening to Data Democracy to visit the website, to learn more about data, and ready for everyone who wants to grow data skills with Data Literacy Institute. Yeah.
Well, thank you for this in-depth explanation of the Data Literacy Institute, and I think you approach it at the right angles. I mean, there's some technical explanations, perspectives, and also some possibilities for business stakeholders to approach this area in a structured and strategic way. So I really like that. As we just mentioned earlier in the conversation, you are also Chief Data Officer for the trading branch in TotalEnergies, and I guess that's a very big role. So how do you balance launching your own learning platform, your own business, and also being a full-time employee at a very high level strategically in TotalEnergies? How do you balance that?
Yeah. So you're right. Yeah, this is a very good point. And currently, yeah, it's my personal balance. So between my role and my new personal adventure with Data Literacy Institute, even if I'm looking for more time right now to develop it, and also on the other side, yeah, I'm fully dedicated to Total Energies as chief data officer of the trading branch during business hours. With my team, we support the business every day to make, as we said, better use of data. And I think what my permanent job gives me, it's really a concrete and real side of data, supporting really the corporate strategy and tackling real life challenges of high demanding business, and really doing this day-to-day implementation of data governance, and as we said, the expansion of the data culture across the company. And this is a really good opportunity for me really to implement it, and to keep a fit in the real life. And so outside business hours, in the morning, in the evening, and during my time off, I operate Data Literacy Institute as I would say multitask entrepreneur. So doing the marketing, business development, partnership, customer service, and so on. And as I said, really it's a good balance. So on one side, working in a corporate environment to fuel my inspiration, and at the other side, to run this side business activity. So really to I would say to meet my passion. And anyone who wants really to launch their own business one day, I fully recommend. And I would say that it's just that time and sky are the limits, but it's a really good balance if you're able to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Many things resonate with me here. First of all, I think that it's super nice to have your own business or consultancy or whatever you structure your own business as. I remember prior to joining Xenia that I had a lot of fun with my own consultancy, also in my spare time, because I also had a full-time employment. And it's just super fun to have your own business. But I guess the kind of things, so I wasn't doing the exact same things as you were doing with Data Literacy Institute. I was giving talks about my books and doing technical reviews of technologies and setups, right? So a little different, but still it's very, very nice to have these distinctly own professional perspectives, and then also have, just as you mentioned, this link to a concrete reality in in big enterprise. I learned so much as a leader and as a data architect in big complex industries. You learn so much, and you can not get that knowledge anywhere else. You have to understand the context of technologies at scale in a specific context and actually be in that context with all the political stuff going on, various departments wanting
Oh
different
yes.
things, and you want to know how to balance all that. If not, at least in our field, there's not a lot of advice to give. If you're just like, if you don't have that super practical, successful experience in industry, just like you had. So I like your explanation of. So it's not an either or, right? You have to have both a little bit in our field to actually succeed with this. And I miss it. I still have context now that I am with a software vendor. I miss that context a little bit, and I meet regularly with old colleagues to discuss topics, and that's super helpful to just get back into that. And then of course I get to meet a lot of clients. That's also super helpful in that regard. Okay, so let's move on, PC, to some of the next questions here, because you are obviously a long-time successful data catalog implementer. And so to you, data catalogs and data governance should perform in at least in three regards. And you mentioned this to me earlier to our or before our call. And this is auditing, reporting, and data privacy security. Um, can you expand a little on that? What does that mean?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what I said a little bit in introduction. That really data catalog is very good enabler of data governance and other areas like data protection and so on. And actually, I would say there are so many things to say about data catalogs, because well, when you start implementing them, you really start discovering the full potential and really the full capabilities of data catalog, and these are really amazing tools. Yeah, and as I said, they are really key enablers of data governance. But we will see a little bit. So really, they cover other stuff like information management, data protection, cybersecurity, and also regulatory compliance. And personally, I discovered data catalogs for the first time in 2011. So when I shifted a little bit to data governance, and it was while I was working as a consultant in CGI Business Consulting, and my boss one day came to me. He just came back from a demo of a data catalog, and he said, "Look, these tools are insane. You can have a look on all your data sets available in one place with characteristics, definition, ownership." And for him, these tools were really going to totally change the way we manage data. And I think he was absolutely right, because you can do so many things, and data catalogs, they totally change the way we manage data in the company and the way we structure data in the company. In the past, we had data dictionaries, we had also data modeling tools, but I think really that data catalog go a little step beyond, and really this is with this point of centralizing this information, and really being at the core of or at the center of information management, data governance, data protection, and also audit and traceability in one place, that you couldn't get only with data dictionaries and data modeling tools.
Mhm.
Um, but back to your question, yeah, I had several experiences with data catalog where we use them to really improve audit, reporting, and data privacy, uh, especially in regulated business like pharma and finance. And you see, yeah, when you have auditors coming to your company and asking questions about specific claims, they need data, and for that, yeah, the data catalog is the perfect place, and it's perfect starting point to know where the data where the data is, and also, yeah, to see where it is stored and where it is used. And this is the same when you have individual claiming. So, for example, for personal data rights, like the right to access and the right to be forgotten, through the entire data lineage of customer data, you will be able to answer easily the request from any employee or any client who wants to know where the data is used. And without this customer data map in the data catalog, it's impossible to execute the right to access or the right to be forgotten efficiently. And another benefit I could see from data catalog is in regards with regulatory compliance. So for regulatory reporting, for example, so when the company has to provide regulatory reporting, you can easily tag and you can easily identify the data that is under regulations like SOX, FINMA, or FDA, for example. And you can also document the reporting requirements in the data catalog so that these requirements will be used directly by the data engineers to build the pipeline and to automate the generation of the reporting. And in that way, yeah, the data catalog is used for two main objectives. So really find the data that is under regulations and also implement compliance rules from the data catalog. But right now, the big use of data catalogs that I can see, it's really for regulatory purpose for GDPR, CCPA, and other data privacy regulations. So, and we have also this new federal act on data protection that has been launched on the 1st of September here in Switzerland. And to comply with this data privacy regulation, yes, basically the company must be able to identify where personal data is stored uh, anywhere at any time. And for that, they really also need to know which data is a personal data, so through data classification. And company needs to know where the data is stored, as we said, through data lineage. So for that, yeah, from my previous experience, what I could see is that data catalog is a perfect tool. So perfect tool to support the job of data protection officer, and also perfect tool to support internal controls and other compliance teams. And in some extent, you can apply the same concept of personal data classification to confidential data classification and for example the implementation of DLP, so data loss prevention for cybersecurity, because when a company implements DLP they need also to know which data is confidential, and also yeah, you need to know where this confidential data is stored and is used. So yeah, data catalog is also the right place to do this. And finally, I have also the case for regulatory compliance in pharma and finance, as mentioned before. So the auditors will make sure that companies put the necessary protection solution in place, so to protect sensitive data. And for that, yeah, they are asking if you implement a data catalog, and they are always happy when you say that you have a data catalog implementation ongoing. And so at the end, yeah, with data catalog, companies have the solution for making inventory of this sensitive data. So for meeting regulations and auditors' requirement, and I hope I gave a good overview of these capabilities. So based on your question, Ole.
You definitely did, Pierre-Charles. Thank you. And I want to add that you can very, very clearly, I mean, given that I have written a book about the subject and talked with a lot of people, I can definitely also sense that you understand this technology in depth, in the sense that it's a physical representation at a metadata layer. But it's a representation of the physical layer of data, right? So we're not anticipating stuff here. It's empirical. We see what kind of data is in which kind of data sources, how it travels, to what degree it's sensitive, confidential, to which requirements or regulations this data adhere to. So you can definitely tell that you have tried to work with this technology in a context where it's much appreciated and also understood, which is not always the case. So that is it's a great explanation you just provided there. Thank you very much.
And
I guess
maybe just one point.
yeah,
One
cool.
point we can add, only in that sense, is that yeah, I would say you cannot lie because, as you said, it's directly the representation of what is actually implemented in the systems, and so for auditability and traceability, yeah, data catalog is very good. You can see really what is actually existing, how the data flows are built, and also you can have the history if there were changes and so on. So. Yeah, it's really a good place for auditing data. Yeah.
Thank you, PC, for pointing this out, and that's a great way of expressing it. Can't lie. I mean, there's so many tools that work at a higher level of abstraction where you do anticipations of the data that you have in your IT landscape, where you declare, for example, in a CMDB, configuration management database, you declare, okay, we have this kind of data in these kinds of systems, but the truth of the fact of the matter is we don't know. We don't know if that is the truth. You have to take a data catalog technology into use if you will actually examine, okay, what kind of data is actually in our IT landscape in the various data sources out there, right? And that's an entirely different and very empirical approach. And I like I can definitely sense that you have worked with this technology for a long time. Okay, time is running out. PC, I have one last question for you. In this conversation, we will keep on talking, but in this conversation, what are your future plans? I guess you expect more uptake on the services provided in the Data Literacy Institute, and in that case, what do you plan to do in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for asking, Ole. Yeah, today the online offering is quite complete, I would say, and my website is also covering all region worldwide. So I would say that yeah, online I did the stuff, and of course I have plans for future, and I would say the very first of them is really to continue developing partnerships with vendors, with companies, so really to expand the distribution of data literacy institute course, and really for this objective of data democracy. So really to target and to really reach as many companies as possible. And in the past months, I have signed off several partnerships, and I've also launched an affiliate marketing program. So it was really, I would say, the activity, the launch activity of the website. And next year, I will also do more physical activities, so on site. I will participate to events and conferences. So. For example, I will be present at the Gartner Data and Analytics Summit 2024 in London in May, and also I will be present in our event here in Switzerland, the CDOIQ European Symposium, so in Lausanne in September. And of course, yeah, I will continue regular promotion through the company page of Data Literacy Institute on LinkedIn, because we both know that LinkedIn is a wonderful place for that. So I will continue making posts and articles about data in general, and also sometimes some special announcement or special offers. So for example, like Black Friday that is upcoming, and after the training offering itself, I will continue developing the enterprise offering to propose the course to for large scale training in multinational groups. So with this capacity to train people in English and in French, and I'm already able to propose this kind of offer. So And next year, if I can find more time, yes, as I said, I will start developing on-site trainings, and also I will start giving course as lecturer in schools. So that's the plan. And because Ole, we both know that the passion of data has no limit. So and really we miss time. We miss time to do it as we would like to do. And well, together we are very good example of data democracy advocates. So we love speaking about data. We at the end we want everyone to be data literate, because as we said, it's really one of the most important skill, and it's very important for everyone to be data literate, and also to get the full power of data, yes, through amazing tools, as we said, like data catalogs, like Zinea. And for me, it is as simple as that.
Well, thank you very much, PC, for this future perspective. I hope to meet you on conferences and in reality in other contexts in the future. I'll also be traveling to various conferences, and if there are any seats left at the CDIQ in Lausanne, I'd be happy to jump on a plane, but we can always discuss that. But PC, it was a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for taking the time, and I really wish you the best of luck with the Data Literacy Institute.
Thank you, Ole. Thank you, and thank you for inviting me, and thanks everyone, for listening to Data Democracy.